Alrighty. Hey guys, this is Mary IT here with another shit-tacular, video. And I wanted to make this video badly because I realized that not only that I'm running a Discord, an Instagram, Twitter about a shitpost series, but it's technically a different kind of subject. Drawing. I've decided to do this video because I have a lot of people on my Discord and on Twitter actually that claims that they can't draw or they don't know how to draw, which is you can't draw and you don't know how to draw because you're not actually trying. Okay? Now before I go ahead and before I go ahead and actually get into the subject, I want to go ahead and tell you guys I'm not throwing any shame onto anybody. So don't feel guilty watching this video when you're getting called out, especially if I know who you are. This goes for my classmates as well. Okay? So, obviously, I have a friend. His name is Brady. For a beginner, his art is pretty well. I like it. Sometimes it's kind of cringy to look at, but hell, I like his art. He always telling me, Mary, little girl, yeah, I can't draw. I can't draw like you guys can. Well, let me tell y'all something. Practice makes perfect. I've been drawing since I was a little girl. I've been drawing since I was 3. All right? I've been drawing since I was 3. You can draw great. And here's why. One, you got to put faith in what you do. Some people don't really give a damn about drawing. Some people actually care about writing stories and can make singing songs and stuff. I can't sing. According to family members, I can't sing. And it's true. I can't sing. But I do it because it's fun. Some people can't draw. But that's okay because they do it because it's fun. Back when I was young, I didn't have the kind of material that I had now. I didn't have my own computer. Discord wasn't around when I was younger. And it's just a lot of bullshit. Alright? Y'all can draw. Even if y'all have the material for it, I know as hell y'all can do it. Sometimes it's actually annoying for people to come up to me and say, Mary, can you draw this for me? Because I can't draw. Which is, I'm more than happy to. But when you start to do that, to me, it kind of get annoying. And it's been happening to me ever since I was in second grade. That's a hell of a long time, guys. Because now I'm in 11th grade. Now I'm almost done with high school. That's a long time for people to be asking me, can I draw this and then yelling for them? I don't draw for people unless I'm getting paid. I'm talking about my classmates. Because if I figure that if I'm going to be drawing, I'm going to need something to cough up the cash. Because I'm not just going to be drawing for no fucking free and not get anything out of it. Okay? I always wanted to draw like -8. Alright? Listen to what I gotta say. I traced his art. I traced his art because I figured my art wasn't as better as his. At all. Seeing -8 do his NSFW and SFW art, the SFW art, believe it or not, is the one that got me the most. Because it's so freaking great. I even told Josanna, I said, hey, I wanted to draw like -8. That shit would have been cool. Sometimes I actually kind of got upset because I couldn't really draw like -8. You would get upset because you couldn't draw like -8? Yes. I got upset because I couldn't draw like -8. But you also got to realize that everyone is different. I had to learn my lesson the hard way when my drawing came out like a piece of junk. Okay? I draw for family members. I draw for classmates. I draw for fans. That's why I have a Mochengi Tomato channel, and that is my YouTube art channel. I don't trace unless I have to. So if you check out my DeviantArt, some of the drawings I did, such as that Princess Pring drawing, I traced. Some of the bases I used and didn't give credit. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm not giving those people credit, even though they made it. Because I don't want to and I don't have to. They can flag my stuff if they want to. But I want them to know that I have that shit backed up on my photos. So what good will it do if you flag it and I just upload it again? Alright? Damn. The number one thing that actually annoys me about people who can't draw is saying that they can't draw and I can do better than what they can. Which is, do not say that. Because then you're putting your own self down. And like Josanna told me yesterday, there's a difference between keeping it real and just being such an asshole. And you have some people that be like, okay, your drawings are freaking cringy as fuck. And it could be the way that they're saying it to make it sound like they're an asshole, and they're maybe just technically being an asshole, y'all. Y'all can draw. Y'all just don't have it in you to draw. There's tutorials on YouTube, there's references on the internet. Do what I did when I was a kid. Look at the drawing. Look at what you want to draw and what you're about to draw. Freaking look at it and then try your best to copy it. When I became obsessed with My Little Pony, my drawing was the first My Little Pony drawing I ever did with Rainbow Dash was so shitty. I just get cringe of looking, even just thinking about it. And that's my drawing I'm talking about. That ain't no one else's shit. That's mine. You guys are too good to say I can't draw. Or freaking whatchamacallit. I can't draw. Or you can draw better than me. Give me a second, y'all. I'm about to reply to this comment on YouTube. Give me a second, y'all. You guys can draw. You wanna know what's kind of shitty to me? People that claims that they can't draw and don't even try. Cause to me, that sounds like you're trying to get empathy out of people instead of actually getting motivation. And I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all no damn lie. Some of y'all say that y'all can't draw and never actually picked up a pen and pencil in your life to draw. Some of y'all had art classes when y'all was in elementary school and probably just avoided doing it. Some of y'all probably are in high school now, or were in high school and freaking failed. You're not even failed. Cause I ain't gonna be that harsh. But you didn't. But you tried doing your artwork and it sucked. And someone came to you and said it sucked. Don't let that kind of negativity get to you. You can't just tell. You just can't just let anybody just tell you anything. Because sometimes people who tell you just anything, they don't do shit themselves. Like the shadow reader, for example. The shadow reader, as long as I've been watching him, all he do is animate stories and tell people how to write stories. And he has the right to do that because he's doing it. There's some people out there that's better than him, but he do got a point with lowercase i's and proper punctuation. That's the reason why people take English class. And sometimes when y'all writing stories and you forget that kind of stuff, it makes your story look like trash. It makes your story look junky. But one thing about the shadow reader that I cannot agree with is him telling people how to draw. I mean, he just recently started drawing. Like, as far as I know, he may not have recently started drawing, but he can't too much tell anyone how to draw, and all he do is animate stories. 90% of his channel is him not animating stories. 95% of him on his channel are reading stories from the Goshia Wiki and the Spin Pasta Wiki and probably some other bullshit. Some bullshit wiki. And I love his storytelling. I would die to see him animate something that I wrote on the Spin Pasta, which is not on there. I would die to see him read something that I put on the Goshia Wiki. Just because I like him in his nature. And I actually like him getting mad about stuff like lowercase I. Because I think it's kind of funny. And at the same time, it's ridiculous. Because you're a high school, you're a middle school, or you're an adult. That's even worse. You're an adult. How the hell are you just going to avoid putting lowercase i's? I mean capitalization i's. How do you just avoid that? I don't understand. How do you live like that? I kind of agree with him when he said that shit makes him pissed. It makes me pissed off too. Because in a way, it's like you're saying, I don't give a damn. Like an English teacher will just rip her own eyes out because you are being a piece of junk by not putting proper punctuation in eyes and shit. Now, I also want to mention Super Mario Logan. Super Mario Logan has to be another one of my favorite creators on YouTube. One of my favorite. His ass can film good. He got the material to film good. SML cannot hop his ass on YouTube and say, this is how y'all can draw. And he knows that's not what he does on his channel. He cannot say that. Yeah, he an adult, and if he was a teacher, then all right, I ain't got no problem with that. But he can't say that. He can give advice to his fans about filming, period. Anything dealing with filming. SML cannot hop on and say, this is how y'all can draw. Y'all can do this. Y'all can do that. Y'all can do the. He can't do that because that's not what he's a profession in. He is a profession in whatchamacallit. He is a profession in filming peoples and blogs. Nicktendo. I like his animations. His animations are awesome. I fucking dig them. Nicktendo, his drawings of Mario and Jeffy and all that, it's a great imitation of how At least he's trying, in my opinion. It's a great imitation of how the plush looks and stuff. Nicktendo, if he don't draw, which is, I can't lie, because in animation you need to draw, he can tell people how to draw because he fucking animates and shit. And when you animate, you have to be a good drawer, or anyone, no one's gonna want to watch your shit. My Gugu and Gaia shit posts, they're not even with fucking drawings, bro. The only thing in the Gugu and Gaia shit post that we did draw that we didn't steal was like the stairs on Give Me the Cookies, Gaia's wand that appears, I think, once, and I Can Do a Trick in season 1. But other shit is just clip art. Like, everything else is just clip art. If you go to my DeviantArt right now, I have pictures of Gugu and Yaya on the DeviantArt, and most of them were drawn by me, but were just used, and and some of this used, like the original shit was just used. I don't criticize people let me close these damn windows because my shit is dragging. I don't criticize people for trying. I criticize people for saying that they can't do something and never picked up a goddamn pencil or paper and actually tried to do something. I'm not going to throw Brady under the bus because he's trying. I'm not going to do that. Brady is trying. Even though his shit looks like a fucking 5-year-old done did it, he's trying. All he needs to do is have some freaking faith. That's what anyone needs to do. All they need to do is have faith. That's all what they need to do. And nowadays, people lack that. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow a pair to boost up my drawing skills. I have a sample picture of -8 right here. This is my reference. This is what I mean by a reference. I told Josanna, I said, hey, sis, I want to trace this because this looks too good. Instead, I just downloaded it to my computer and drew my bunny chef that I drew, that I speed painted on my Mochingate Tomato channel. I'm literally using this. I'm using this as my character reference because that's my original character. This is her in chibi form. And this is what I'm using as a reference to draw this. And it's coming along so great. I dig this. I don't know if you guys would, but I will. And another thing is, when y'all drawing and shit, don't worry about what other people think. You wanna know why I stopped drawing before this coronavirus hit? You wanna know why I stopped drawing? Because I was looking at my classmate's drawing, and her drawing was so much better than mine. I was jealous, and I wanted to freaking quit. And so I did. But then I quickly realized that I can't stop doing what I'm doing because I feel like someone else is doing something better than me. Nah, I had to step up my game. And I also realized that you can't be like everybody. I want to be like freaking -8. Oh shit, I want to animate some animations of characters and stuff without getting in trouble. I want to animate some stuff like that. I want to do all that. I can't even animate a freaking animation right without being lazy and just making it seconds short. I cannot do that. Wait, Mary, you can't do that? I thought you said that don't say something that you can't do and you never picked up a pen or pencil. Yes. You're right. You're right, Mary. I can't say that I can't do that because I animate. I can do that. You want to know why I say I can't though? Because I'm freaking lazy. Whose fault that is that you... It's my fault that I'm lazy. If I want to achieve something good, laziness does not need to be in presence. If I want to be something, I cannot be lazy. If I want to draw, I have to use a reference. I can't just draw something out of the blue. I have to use a reference. Brady's OC, people have different tastes in how they draw. Okay? They have different tastes in what they draw. Brady stated to me on Discord, he said, the only good thing I can draw without tracing is my OC. His OC need a little work. But for him to say that and have the audacity to say that, I'm extremely proud of him. Because you got a lot of people that doesn't build up that kind of confidence to say that shit. Some people cry themselves to sleep because they can't draw, which is kind of fucking sad. And some people be like, oh, who cares? You can't draw, you never draw, and stuff like that. And it's a God-given gift, and believe it or not, it is a God-given gift to draw. Anyone can draw, though. God gives talent to more. God gives more than one talent to people. Some people just do shit for fun. And it's okay to do stuff for fun. You know, I dig that. But when it becomes a problem is when someone actually tries to tell you some shit and neither of you are masters or mistress at it. Don't let nobody do that shit to y'all. Don't let no one come up and say, hey, Brady, you can't draw. And his ass or her ass never picked up a pencil and drew anything. Don't let them do that. You know, the number one thing that actually angers me about most people is how they like to tell people how to do stuff and they don't do it themselves. Or that's not what their channel is about. I'm not going to yell and shout over your face, hey, Shadow Man, you can't draw. I'm not going to do that because he could draw pretty damn good. Okay? Will I say his drawings are better than mine? No, I wouldn't say that. I would say I like it, though, enough I would want to steal his idea. And that's a lot coming from me. And anytime I want to steal your damn ideas, like I do with Princess Pring in the Birthday Kingdom to make the world of Gugu and Yaya, you best believe your shit is good. Please don't take offense to that. That's a good thing. Some people drawings aren't even that good for them to even want to take and steal. I'm on DeviantArt a couple of times out of the day, probably sometimes no times out of the day. And sometimes I look for anime bases for me to freaking trace because I'm too lazy to even draw my own goddamn characters. I hear y'all laughing in the premiere. I hear y'all laughing. Even though no one might not really be on there listening. I know y'all on there laughing. But guess what? That's a lot coming from me anytime I steal your damn drawings. Or your damn character style to draw mine. I still own my fucking character though. So you can't technically say that I did steal it, but I'm telling you that I stole it. Y'all can draw, guys. Y'all really can. Like I said, don't let no one tell you different and they don't do the bullshit themselves. Don't let them do that shit. Because people who can't draw or who think that they can't draw be the number ones who will grow up, become something, and make a fucking fortune out of it. Am I good at what I do on YouTube? Psh, I'm obviously good enough if I have almost 400 damn subscribers. But in my reality, no, I'm not good at what I do on YouTube. Am I good what I did on the Orminanda channel? Actually, yeah. I practice on the piano. And I still do. People who say they can't do nothing actually never try to do anything. And I'm saying, like I said from the beginning, I'm not putting no one under the bus. I'm not being harsh on anyone. I'm just telling you like how it is, and I'm telling you the honest truth. See, because one thing about people is that people could tell you fucking anything. They could literally tell you anything just to work on your nerves. They could tell you anything just to get into your dress or your pants. They could tell you anything to piss you off and make you want to shoot them in the head. They could tell you anything. But let me tell you something. People as a race cannot tell you how to run your life. They can't tell you what you can and cannot do. They cannot tell you what you can and cannot succeed in. They cannot do none of that. Most people who do that kind of shit, y'all, they ain't got nothing going on for themselves. They ain't trying to learn how to draw. They're not even trying to learn how to freaking play a video game. And to these boys nowadays, playing a video game is almost like a distraction. They're on middle school hours playing Fortnite. Middle school hours playing PUBG. Playing Among Us. Playing fucking Fall Guys. This is what they're doing. Some people are too lazy to even pick up a book and read and gain stories. And gain ideas for their stories that they might want to do. I don't like reading, but when I freaking read right here, shower reader reading, it makes me say, I want to go ahead and do this. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when I made that fandom, I was listening to nothing but the shower reader and ASMR because they give me focus. They really do. They give me focus. I need to hear something. Y'all can do anything. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Y'all can do anything. Y'all could be anything. You can draw. You can sing. You can play piano music. You can play the violin. You could do any goddamn thing you want. And if you let anyone tell you different, you are just as bad, partner. Don't let no one tell you different. You heard it first from your artist, Mary IG. Do not let anyone tell you different. You let them tell you different, you just as worse. Tell you one thing, I won't let no one tell me different. I don't give a damn who they are. I don't even care if they're my own family members, bruh. I don't. If I want to make a fortune out of something, I'm going to get there and do it. I'm not going to be lazy about it. Because laziness, that shit is out the window when you become like me and you're drawing. Do what you love. Like that Gugu and Yaya video. Do what you enjoy doing. In fact, I'm going to link that video down in the description because, unfortunately, I'm actually talking to a bunch of little kids or a bunch of people who claim that they can't do shit. And I want to link that video because I don't want them to feel like, hey, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't want, and it's almost Christmas time too. I don't want, this is my early Christmas gifts, guys, to you. Don't be like everyone else. Everyone is their own person. And forever will be until the Lord comes back. Everyone is going to be criticized for every little thing. It's going to be like that until the rapture happens. Everyone is going to do stupid shit. It's going to be like that until Jesus cracked those clouds open. So if you want to become something and you want to do something with your talent, or if you want to practice doing something, your best time is now. Because when we become adults and we start getting jobs, we're going to have to, we won't be able to actually do this shit. We're going to have to do it on our own time. And depending on what job we choose, we may not even get it on our own time. A lot of shit is a lot of responsibility. Like me, with YouTube, YouTube right now, I'm just doing it as a hobby, but I'm treating it as if it's a job because this is my job. My job is to freaking tell you what's up. My job is to make you guys laugh. And believe it or not, I was actually anxious because my brother always told me, hey, if you laugh at your own jokes, then that shit ain't funny. I want to let y'all know, y'all cannot let that kind of shit, y'all cannot let that shit get to you. I don't give a damn who you are. Don't let that kind of shit get to y'all. People are going to tell y'all anything. People are going to tell y'all just anything. They're going to tell y'all anything. They're going to tell y'all can't draw, y'all can't sing, y'all can't do none of that shit. So next time somebody tell y'all that, here's my response to them that I want you guys to say. Are you doing anything? Are you going to help me do what you're doing? Or are you just criticizing me like the piece of crap you are? Because that's what you are. Until you do something, that's what you are going to be. You're going to be a stupid piece of junk that doesn't do anything. Very stupid. That's what I want you guys. That's what I want you guys to tell the people that talk shit about y'all drawings. Are you drawing? Are you picking up any kind of material that is used for drawing? Are you going to help me draw? Because while you're there criticizing, you could be helping me. You really could. So guys, once again, this is your girl Mary IG. I just wanted to make that quick video. It really wasn't off my mind, but I am seriously going to put that Google and Yaya video under the description, because I think you can do it. And I love all my fans. I love you guys. I think y'all can do it. How that turned out, that's beautiful art. So y'all can go ahead and do whatever y'all want. Freaking try to do something. Once again, this is your girl Mary IG here. Do not let anybody tell you anything. Have faith in what you do. And I'm out.